That, Marcin fans, is a common reaction the first time a normal guitarist checks out Marcin. I wanted to look at Marcin in a little more depth because a lot of the videos are just watching Marcin and everybody's going wow, but nobody's going into any depth really into what he's doing. So I'm going to do that in this video. Yeah, baby! I think for most people, when they first see Marcin doing all this stuff, you go, how does he do that? For musicians, they want to go,
how do I do that? I want to do a little bit of that.
Maybe not all of it, but I want to incorporate some of that into my playing. Let's get it right. It's a brand new way of approaching the acoustic guitar. Well, brand new, maybe in the last 15 years, this thing has surfaced with the likes of Andy McKee and people like that. So what is Marcin actually doing when he's playing that stuff? A lot of guitarists, including myself, singer guitarists especially, are quite lazy when they approach the guitar. They just play the chords and strum along, which I do a lot. I'm guilty of that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to play you a quick version of my song, and then I'm going to start opening up Marcin's techniques and see if they fit into my song and see if it actually works. I teach music at a well-known music school in the UK, and a thing that we always look at with the musicians is how do you use your inspiration in a practical way? So when you're inspired by something, how do you use that inspiration? An example that I always use when I'm explaining this is of maybe a good chef. Someone you see on the TV making a good meal. You can copy that meal exactly. Some musicians will copy other musicians note for note, right? Now what a good chef will do is they will take some inspiration from another good chef and they will change it and they will come up with their own thing. So for example, a good chef wouldn't just copy the whole way how to make a cake. They might take some key ingredients from making the cake and then play around with those ingredients and come up with their own thing. Now, I like to think of there being different stages of implementation in this. First, you get inspired, right? Second, you have an insight or illumination, some idea that you want to take and use it. Then you have to develop it, right? Then you have to prepare the thing. Then you apply what you've prepared, so in a live situation, and then you've got the realization stage. You've got it. You've nailed it. That's what I'm going to do here. Here is my basic song, the way I play it at the moment. Don't mention Susie 'cause she's listening in. She wouldn't understand it all. That is the basic verse. That's how it starts, and that's a basic feel to the song. If you want to check out the whole song, it goes like this. Sometimes I still walk down your avenue. I swear I still can hear her call. My mouth is open, but no words come out. I don't mention Susie's name at all. Yeah. She's long gone. Susie's long gone. Susie's long gone. Yeah, yeah. She's long gone. Long gone. Susie's long gone. If you like that, there's a link below to the full thing. But when I play it acoustically, I just strum a basic version like that. So I thought, what if I learn some of this Marcin stuff?
Let's look at it.
Now, in one of the last Marcin videos I covered, Marcin is sitting down with Will Smith and he actually shows you what he's doing. He tells you how to do it. That's the difference nowadays with social media. In the old days, you would hear a guitarist, someone like Steve Vai playing stuff, and you would go,
I have no idea how he's doing that.
and it would take guitarists days to learn things. Nowadays, everybody's quite honest about things. They say, if you want to do it, here's how you do it.
I thought, okay, I have to show him how I do it on the whole guitar, you know? So we have the bass line going already, right? Let me add a little bit like... This thing is called a golpe. It means punch in Spanish, you know? But to me, it's a little bit thin. So let me make it a bit deeper, like a heartbeat, right? Yeah. Just my wrist, right?
Now that first element is the one that interests me. I don't want to do all the flash stuff. I would just like to incorporate some of this rhythmic stuff. In this track of mine, I'm playing an E minor, G, A, D. If you watch a few of Marcin's videos, you will see that he whacks certain bits of the guitar to emulate a drum kit. So here, maybe a kick drum, maybe here a kick drum as well, slapping it here, snare drum kind of thing, or maybe a cross stick, maybe a tom, maybe a snare, and here definitely a snare. The first thing I need to do is lose the plectrum, because I'm not going to be able to do all this stuff, slapping things with holding the plectrum. The plectrum's going to go flying, right? So with the fingers, if I strum the chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one way I could approach it. Just dead basic. Strum, 2, 3, 4. If you listen to a drum beat, the snare always comes on the 2 and 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yep. Now another thing, if you watch Marcin's videos, he detunes. He gets a lot of bass bottom end notes in there. So I'm in D, I'm going to detune my bottom string to a D. I do have other options as far as patterns are concerned, because I could just play the rhythm on the guitar itself. So I could play kick, snare. Now all I'm doing is I'm whacking the bony bit of my fingers against the bottom of the guitar. Let's introduce the chords back to it and see what that sounds like. Now that sounds pretty cool to my ears, just as a basic pattern I can put in on a gig without thinking too much about it. If you're a guitar player and you've never played drums, I really suggest watching a few YouTube videos and looking at how drum patterns are made up, because that's going to help you lots with this idea. I wanted to change it up a little bit in the chorus and make it a little bit louder. So what I thought I could do on my chorus, it's pretty much the same chords, an E minor, just to an A, or a G/A. I've watched a few of the videos, and a lot of the time he slaps the palm of his hand here for the bass, whilst his fingers slap off the strings. So that could be your one beat, right? I thought that's a louder snare than this. It's a different type of snare, right? So I thought what I could do with this pattern is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really basic, right? Just to develop that a little bit more, what Marcin does a lot is he uses the harmonics on the guitar, right? So what I thought I could do, now what I'm doing there, I'm just adding the 8th note in the middle, but I'm slapping the strings over where I'm playing the note, so I'm getting the harmonic from the note. That kind of thing. This is the preparation stage. I won't be able to gig this for a few weeks, even months. The whole preparation stage starts with analysis, right? You analyse something, you have a look at it. The second bit, you research into what they're actually doing. So that's what I've done there. I've watched some of the videos, I've had a look at what he's doing, I've researched it. Next bit is experimentation. Now within experimentation, there are 3 basic elements. I'm looking at the rhythm, I'm looking at the harmony, that's music, right? Just rhythm and harmony and technique. Yes. So I've got to look at those 3 things. What's the rhythm that is played? What's the harmony that's used? And what's the specific technique that I need to do to pull it off? Most of the time, the technique is the one that's going to take time. I think somebody had mentioned in the comments that he practices for around 5 hours a day. So it does take that amount of time to get some complicated stuff into your playing, but it's worth it, right? That is the last stage of preparation, right? Repetition, cycling it, just doing it and doing it and doing it. At some point, you are going to need to gig it. Now, the first time you gig it, it probably won't go right. It might not go right the second time, but the more you gig it live, the more you play it in front of people, it will become second nature. So let me play you a tiny bit of what the song would sound like now, incorporating that into it. I won't get it right, but I'll do my best. Don't mention Susie Cat, she's listening in. She wouldn't understand it all. And in the chorus, change that beat up. She's long gone, Susie, Susie's long gone. She's long gone, Susie, Susie's long gone. Okay, now that's going to happen. You're going to be all over the place to start with, but I can hear where this is going to go. Now I'm going to do a few more videos on this. I'm going to check out different techniques that Marcin uses within his playing, including the tapping, including the harmonics, including all the rhythmic stuff, including all this kind of stuff going on. Can only do it with a plectrum. I don't want to grow my nails. I don't want to grow my nails, and I don't want to get false nails. I'm going to see how much of it I can do with my own nails and just my own fingers. That is the trick. Please let me know in the comments below if there are any other Marcin videos where there are techniques being taught, and what I'll do is I'll break them down, I'll chuck them in the videos, and we'll see how this comes along. And what I'll do is I'll put up little bits of live gigs as I start incorporating it into my shows, which I'm not doing yet, not for a couple of months anyway. I'll do it on here in front of you guys, but not in front of a real audience, right?
Hit 'em with that hit stick.
I also do have a wee Patreon account. You can check the details out for that down below. I do upload lots of my live shows to that one, but I don't upload any live shows to normal YouTube. So if you want to check out the live shows that I do, they're on Patreon. Yes, people, I'll see you in the next one. Come on!